Um, okay, hi guys. Igama lami nginguCebo. So, first things first, ngizosebenzisa isiLungu nesiNgisi. I'll be using both English and isiZulu to communicate with you. So, into engiyenzayo lana, I'm doing a video ukunikhombisa ukuthi uyenza kanjani i-application yakho ya-CAO. So khona ivideo engayenza and apparently ibiyinde. So over time ngabona ukuthi asikho isidingo sokuthi ivideo ibe yinde kanje. So today I'll be doing another video showing you how to go about when you doing your CAO application. So I think okubalekile ukwenza i-application yakho ya-CAO, one, mele information yakho yonke ibe handy, like have it just eduze kwakho. So izinto ozidingayo, ama-details akho, your names and surname, your ID number, your cell phone number, your email address, and always make sure you put those things correctly when you are typing them into the system. Your physical or postal address, you could use any. If you don't have one, you could use your school's address as well. Have your guardian's name and surname, their cell phone number as well. You could use the same address for them. Have your school information ready or handy. That is what? If you've done matric, you should have an exam number. But then if you're still in grade 11, I mean, if you're still in grade 12, if you send out matric, then just have your results, like the documents, your grade 11 final results, your, depending how far are you with the year. Like if you're in June, then you should have your March results. If it's okay, you should be able to have your application done early. So applications open around April. So applications open on April. So umuntu, it's easy. Then you could just send the other information, being the documents, after, as soon as they're available, like your June result, trials as well. So let's just go and try and make this video short and save everybody time and data. Okay, a short but important disclaimer would be, I'm not a YouTuber, so if you find the video boring, it clearly means you're not the market for it, and it's not for monetary use. It's for the social impact that Fimdo is running. So let's just go. So what you do, you go to cao.ac.za, and then it brings you to this page. So that's the interface of CAO. There is another CAO, I think it's from UK if I'm not mistaken, like it's a total different CAO on its own. So this is the one you're looking for. So you click apply and it tells you all this information that you'll have to read. So to save time, I can't read it for you, but it's important you read it. You go to continue with your application. You put on your ID number. So I don't know your ID number, so I'm gonna put the ID number that I know, being, okay, you just ensure that ID number is clicked, you submit, and then it tells you all this, and then you skip to continue with application, and then it asks you your name. So you put in all your names as in your ID. I don't know your name, so I'll put the name I know. You put in your surname, like it should be fairly as simple. Title would be, are you are you a sir or a madam? So I usually put let me put this one. And then you should, when you put in your email address, just make sure it's correct. Rather go copy it and paste it if you can, because you make mistakes when putting your email address as well as your cell phone number. And what happens is all the communication that they're sending through doesn't come to you because the email address is either invalid or incorrect. So if it's incorrect, then someone else is receiving your emails. So into eyenzayo wenza sure ukuthi uya double check yonke into eyenzayo. So uqhubeke, whether you're doing it for yourself or for someone else, just wenza sure ukuthi i-information uyifaka correctly. Uma usaqala like nje on the go with overthinking. So ufaka your postal code la, and then you press enter. Izo synca, and then it will show you a list kanje. Then best we choose where you are based, or because sometimes again ufaka postal code and izovezela a long list of suburbs, and then you choose your own. And then whether it's a PO box or whatnot, you put what is yours. Okay. So in case the address yako izoshintsha, sometime you could indicate it here. If the address yako ihlukile mhlambe maybe khona yasekhaya, like there's a physical and a postal, and then you could also use an alternative one for the postal. So but when they're going to use one, they're not going to post wonke. So you could choose here, but it's not that important. You could even leave it like this, even this one, leave it like that. And then you could also leave this one like that, because they don't usually, CAO doesn't call people like they don't, but they use your cell phone number for sending SMS, just so ensure that you give them your valid cell phone number. In case it changes, always call them and update it, because they'll keep on sending you SMSs that are not coming through. So put in your cell phone number. Okay, I'm so hoping this doesn't take long. Like the previous video was so long. So here, if you're doing it for someone else, you could put your details. So I'm doing it for someone else, but on behalf of Fimdo. So this is what I'll do. You put an O here, you skip away 379285543. This is Fimdo's number. And then you accept and accept. Doesn't matter what it says. I'm joking, it does, but you would have to read it when you have time. I can't read it for you. Those are the terms and conditions. So we are done. Moving to the next page. Just always ensure that you've written everything correctly as is. Then you move to the next page. Then it tells you thank you, blah blah blah, and then because we're running out of time, you see it takes about 15 minutes to complete it. So I'm just gonna try and make it 20, because I've also done some yada before the video, like before I started the application. So siyaqhubeka. And then it gives you the information. So the information, whether you're a shooter or umisa kanjani, but always write it down, because that's your CAO number, your password, and your easy pay number. Easy pay number sebenzisa namasokhokha, i-password and CAO number ukusebenzisa masumelo upload ama-documents in case awa-uploadanga onke. For example, u-apply ngo-March, so ngoJune suthola i-report yangoJune, so usufuna ukuphinda ufake i-report yangoJune, you're going to use your password and your CAO number, and this is where you do it. Okay, okay, let me copy it first, because now sending this something we're not going to be able. So let's say continue with application. So okay, information is sweep layer, and then continue with application la uyek. Don't touch it. If you're South African, use a short yes. If not, no. Then you and this it as it why you're not South African. But it is best to leave it like that. It doesn't affect the application. You come to this financial aid part. If you wish, ungafaka your banking details. But asikho isidingo because the institution ozobuthathwa kuyona izowadinga even if uwafakile la. So you just tick lana to say you need NSFAS, and if you want to fire your bank details, it's yes. But then because of time, tenants to know when it's really needed. Like we say, oh, it's just collecting data, so it won't affect your application, this part. And then we come here as well. It is taken for statistical purposes. So now it doesn't affect your application, but however, kubalulekile ukuthi ugcwalise. Okay. Okay. All right. So ugcwalisa nje depending ukuthi ukuphi. So okubalulekile lana is this part. This one. So if we are upgrader, uzosho ukuthi we are upgrade. Where is it? Now. So if you're upgrader, you'll say you're upgrading. If you're in college, maybe, so should go to say college. If you're in matric, you're in matric. If you're in or last year, but I was told college, you could say other or unemployed between the two, or maybe working, but it affects the information as well later. I'll show you if it's just a so, but for here, for this case, we are in matric, and Lana, you pick your disability if there is one, and if you pick any disability, but for this case, no, we don't have any, so you have to take no disability. We move to the next page. So this is where you put your parent or guardian's information. For this person, sizofaka ucebo. Okay, ucebo being me, yeah. Well, for a guardian, you ngapala just even one name. Move to the same name. It doesn't really matter. Ucebo is a doctor, guys. Dr. Love. Okay, so it's the other. And then I think this is at 4126. Remember, you put the postcode and you press enter first, and then it will allow you to choose so, and then ufake your address, whether it's a PO box or it's a street address or uyayifaka. Okay, I'm going to type it, so in case of typing errors. And then remember these two, the home and work number, they're not that important. They don't affect the application, but the cell phone number you have to put in. Actually, let me put Ekafimdo, because I don't want CAO calling me. And then if inamba yomzali wakho ufuna besebenzise yona for communication, so if they'd rather communicate with you via your parents' number, you're gonna have to take this box, because the English here says it all. Okay, yeah, but let's move on. This information that they require here, this information is not important. Yes, they are saying they're collecting it for NSFAS, but then the case is mofuna apply NSFAS wenza direct kwi-website NSFAS. So say oh singasho lana ukuthi uyaphapha. Ngiyadlala asidlule. So your school, what's your school name? So lo muntu lo esikoleni sakhe babizimali. So Bizimali High School. Wow, we have to when these things remember sometimes maybe a typist. Sorry about that. It's a searcher, and then search and edit. Not edit, but add, as in plus it. So the person is doing matric in 2021. So let's assume Ukale so the 2017. I don't know if I'm correct. Immense pay the year in Okay, moving forwad, uyabhala iminyaka and then you press next. But then this, the ukuthi uqale nini kuleso sikole waqeda nini, it doesn't really affect the application yakho. But then just try and be up honest about it as possible. Press next. And then here, so this part is pretty, especially for umuntu oseqedile matric. So what you do, you come here. Okay, you first say you've written a school leaving exam. So that'd be your, it could be even your grade 11 final or your grade 12 finals. So in this case, we're gonna say no, but then say no. But if say now, my documents are grade 11, because if you click if you click here, you put in the year. If you click matric, where is matric? Matric is written as National Senior Certificate. So here is it. So if you've done matric and you have your exam number and your document scanned, so you're gonna click here, put in the year, and then here say KZN. If you're in KZN, I'm putting KZN because I'm in KZN. And then here you put in your exam number. So if you had to upgrade or rewrite matric, you're gonna click this box. But then for this particular application, no. But then, and if you don't understand, is on WhatsApp and Ngbuze, we number ya filmed, please. Because if you're posting questions, go channel, akekho umuntu ozobe pendula imbuzo. So I'll leave a number on the caption so that nizokwazi ukuthi nibuze umbuzo khona. However, let's move on. However, so we press next. So this is one of the most important sections. You're almost through to being done. But then I think you're just seconds away from finishing up. So that, okay, let me show you how it's done. I'll just do it and try and explain if I can. So for this person, if you have the code, you put it in. So if you don't have the code, you search it. You could write anything here, but it has to relate to the booklet, whatever they've written. So for example, if you want to do teaching, if you search teaching, you press, you type teaching and say maybe all institutions, and then it's only going to show you teaching in DUT and UniZulu, not UKZN. Why? Because UKZN has teaching as B.Ed. You see, so they've got it as B.Ed. So you add it if you want B.Ed. But then if you have the codes, you could just use this code and type it in here, here, and here. So it's KN for the first box, the campus route. So that's why there's an E there. And then BFP, that's like Bachelor of Education in Foundation phase, I guess. Okay, but then for this one, to save time, we are doing KN tab Howard. So that's UKZN Howard, and then it's BN1. I don't know what is that course, but we are just gonna find out in, it's nursing. Oh, you see? So that was nursing. And then we go to the second one. It's MN, that is Mangosuthu. Mangosuthu has one campus, so that's main campus. And DPN. Oh, DPN. Okay, you add. Okay, oh, that's diploma in agriculture, animal production. Okay, let's put them all now and try and be quicker to save everybody time. KN, tab E, tab BIP. Okay, there's an error already. I think you won't need the error, but wait, I'm gonna show you now. Okay, this list, the person sent me this list like this. So you don't just put in the list the person sent you, or when you're doing the application for yourself, awuvedane nje ufake izinto kanje as uyitholile. If wenzela omunye umuntu, even uzenzela wena, ngeke uvele awuyifaki kanjena and uhambe uprocess application. But kunento okumele uyenze esizoyenza nje manje masiqeda ukufaka la. I am, and you add. And be careful when you're doing your application. Don't more local press to enter like the actual enter on your PC. Kuzokunika inkinga because u-enter uyakuhlehlisa ukubuyisela emuva. So uzolokhu uba naleyo nkinga. So just click add at least kuzoshesha. Okay, sifake yokugcina ngci eyaseMangosuthu. Remember Mangosuthu has a single campus. And DCP, I'm at DCP. DCP is for engineering. But then I'm at DCPs are used to test if the ground is capable to withstand the proposed development. That's civil engineering. But then as Pumen Lab, we press add, and there you have it, your 6 program choices. But then now you press next, and then it shows you all the information you entered. However, this section you cannot edit. If there's an error somewhere here, woe unto you, but then you can't change anything. You'd have to call say or to change anything that you've written in this section. However, okay, in this section you can edit because there's an edit right here. And then in this one as well, you can edit because there's an edit right here, your school as well, your examination as well, your the examination thingy. I'll make another video showing you how to upload documents. So especially when you're doing for grade 11, they need you to punch your results in so that they could show them here. And then you'd also have to upload the document as well. So examination results, that's from, okay. We'll discuss yo isingisi ngiyashiyeka lokho sizokuxoxa uma sengenza ivideo yokufaka ama-documents akho kwa-CAO. Okay, nayi part ebalulekile. So lana you read ama-course notes, uyawafunda. Into ebalulekile nansi, uyabona ukuthi i-nursing manje ifuna ukuba u-first choice. Okay, i-right iku-first choice. And then sino animal production, okay, akaspecifyanga ukuthi ufuna ukuba kiphi choice, so it's fine. Simove ku-B-Ed. I-education or i-teaching eyasongoye neyase-UKZN always ifuna ukuba number 1 or number 2. And okay, lokho kunye ku-right, the social work and crop production. So into esizoyenza manje sizohlehla-ke sibuyisa laba abawu-2, so bafaka. Okay, we understand ukuthi umuntu omenzela application ufuna i-nursing lo number 1, however ufuna ukwenza ne-teaching. So ithatha le, because if we don't change siyofaka lezi zinto ku-number 1 and number 2, into ezokwenzeka azoba invalid lawo. It's like a waste of imali and space because ngeke bawa-consider nje from the word go before nje aze engakho ngisho ukukhokha i-admin fee yaka-CAO, these 2 will be invalid. So siyahlehla soyishintsha. So the choices that I think I'm gonna make, I mean the changes I'm gonna okay, into efuna ukuyenza lana ufuna ukwenza i-nursing, right? Okay, sizoyikhipha le nursing yase-UKZN because ifuna ukuba number 1. uNgoye lunayo i-nursing, so sizomane sifake yasoNgoye siyenze number 3. Angazi noma nisalandela yini. So into esizoqala siyenze, kubalulekile ukuthi lezi number lezi zibe u1 up to 6 even if azimile in order. So na into esizoyenza sizothi remove unursing wase-UKZN. Masibuya akasekho, oops konje sengimuremovile. Okay, bese sithi 1 sishintshe la, sithi 2 sishintshe lo 2 simenze u4. Why ngithi 4? Because number 3 kuzoba i-nursing le, so ifaka manje. Okay, this is not maths, ungavumi let did nje. I'm sure umunye umuntu usedidekile, but ungavumi did. And then we come here, we search nursing, and we search, and then say nursing yasongoye, say add, and then you come back uzolungisa la akumele kube no 7, kumele kugcine ku 6. So sino 1 1 2, where is 3? Then session sifaka lo yabo number 3, and we say next. And okay, so sino education yethu number 1 and 2 as required. So you see ukuthi i-nursing yasongoye ayidingi ukuthi uyenze number 1 or number 2, but ke kumele ibe at least kulezi number ephezulu. And then masiwenze kanje, you are done. So based on leya nto le ngitshele yona ukuthi you have to specify ukuthi wenza matric or uya-repeater, uya-upgrader, whatever are you working. So lama documents kuba based ekutheni uklikheni laphaya ukuthi are you doing matric or you upgrading nayo le nto la. Activity last year. Why bethi last year? But so kumele ukhethe if we are doing grade 12 uzosho ukuthi wenza grade 12. No. Okay, say laba bed, they should say like activity on the current year, because now if Betty, let's edit it, let's go to it straight. So sizela yabo ukuthi grade 11 awukho la, right? So if Betty activity last year, then it means usuwenza matric manje, then kumele kube no grade 11 uzokhetha manje awukho grade 11. So I think kumele beshintshe lo activity ka last year from last year to current year, so that uzokwazi pick up this option. Okay, let's say next. Okay, so babet isingisi like kumele kube kumele kube current year, like kumele kube current year. Yeah, ngiyadlala guys, say ozongibopha. But yeah, asisuselent clear. Okay, delete. Ngiyalala. Singeke lokhu kusafuna ukusuka yenze njani. Okay, undo. Okay, done. Okay, sibuyeleni lana. So application yakhe isi right yabo. Ngiyaqala ukunimosha isikhathi. Okay, just ungafundisisa just to make sure ukuthi ku right, because when zoba ungajahe ndawo mina ngijahe ukuthini ukuthi ngikusevele idatha nesikhathi, and in the meantime giving you valuable information. So sibuye sihlale sihambe eziyas. Hey, athi ngashada. Okay, so uklikha la mase ucheck yonke lento ukuthi right, but if kuyile section enama errors ayikho into ongayenza, kumele uprocess application uzobafonela ka CAO masine 8 batshela ukuthi yazini ma outs ubhede lapha nalapha cela bekulungisele yabo. But then badinga izinto ezibalekile njenge ID number, CAO number mhlambe ukuze be confirm ukuthi wena yini owenza ushintsho, ungaze kufone mina ngenza ushintsho. But however I can, because kukhona abadade ngibenzela, then ngifone ka CAO because I have information yabo, so ngibalungisele izinto sengagama makhula nje ngilo umuntu ngagama. So you press process. Okay, we are done the application. Nasi singisi sichaza sithi 1 2 3 na but into abayichaza nje la bathi this number is your easy pay number as we receive usenze application, uyahamba uyokhokha ngayo kuma till points, not till points, but ungakhokha eShoprite, Checkers, Pick n Pay, Boxer and Woolworths. Zikhona nezinye izitolo like kuma money markets akhona. So sebenzisa le number ukhokha, and then the application payment yakhe is a reflector. Just give it its cards so that ungazibe frustrated. Just make sure ukuthi mawubanika le number correct, because kwabhede number yodwa la usukhokhela umunye umuntu ongamazi, and there's no way they could refund you. Yebo, angazi ukuthi leyo nto ngayilungisa kanjani, ngamele uqale phansi uyokhokha futhi kumele say again using the correct easy pay number. So if uzoqedile application yakho and ama documents akhona kumele like they are like ready to upload. Then also click la and this will also be a page where you'd have to log in using your CAO number and your password best you upload. But ngizoyenza video uploader. However ngizobe nje ngisuka from scratch kuzobe kungakhona ukuthi ngiqede ukwenza application like ngingafike ngithathe 1 week and do applications, and then the next week I'm uploading documents that have been sent through to me. Just ngiyisi kodwa wafit sibuye sengithanda yazi kodwa ngithi mina-ke okay sesiqedile la, so into engifuna siyenze ukucheck-a i-application. So you can, mina ngizo-highlighta kanje the EasyPay number, and then I go click home, I say check my application, and then I paste, and then you submit, and then they say appear with it, blah 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 blah. Why you pick? It's because the EasyPay number in a number extra to make it identity locked. So I'm igcina ngo-0 yakugcina ngoba but ngagcina ngenumber eyodwa, but the CAO number won't be the same. The first EasyPay number, the first 5 numbers are the same. Kuhluke i-CAO number, sekuhluka the last digit. You see, with a nice CAO number icon. So okay, iyafana nale, then you can submit, and then bazokutshela lesi singisi-ke. Lesi singisi-ke you just read through, and then uzobona lapho these are the documents abawadingayo kuwena. Okay, and then these are your options. And then whatever communication eyenzakalayo, whether they send you an SMS iyangena noma ingeni, they send you an email iyangena noma ingeni, kuzovela la. When you're checking your application, you scroll it down, you'll check if they've sent you anything. That also helps to confirm if you've ever made a mistake when punching in your cell phone number or the email address. All right, so this is it. You could print it if you wish. So my printer go by intentionally. So for now, let's just say it's straight deal. Isiyobonana masibonana ke bafethu. Siyobonana.
Oh God, please tell me I'm not the only one who's in this situation. Just when I think of you, my fingers started shaking. I've known you for 2 days, I'm sorry I forgot your name, and it's not your fault, but just